Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here well before the top of the hour. We're going to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And serve live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and the Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. Let's take a look at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us, we've got with us here Damian Sosh, Shane Mickle signing a little later. We've got Kosty with us today. Kosty Mike, Safir, as well as Tony Brown, hoping he signs in. Alex Smart, Wayne Scott, and it is Zawacky. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. A Smart, Sosh, Brown, Kosty, Mickle, Scott, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, baseball on the board today. Looks like about 15 games, expecting game 2 of the doubleheader between the Rockies and the Dodgers. Looks like this one has gone final Rockies 4-1. Again, the home dog comes in here with this Rockies. Boy, they have been, if you have followed that trend with the Rockies the last 2 years, you have made money. And they are getting a bundle a plus 208. So that home dog Rockies, I didn't take it. The line wasn't really up for a while, but I was not near on that side. But got that Rockies home dog hits again. All right, let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'll bring it in right now. I think we're ready to roll with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's everything? We're going to go after some Major League Baseball tonight, and it's going to be the Yankees and Blue Jays. And, it hasn't been a great season for the Yankees. I really look for them to have a great year, but, with Judge down for a good portion of the year, a good portion of the campaign, things just didn't roll the way they wanted to, and it really shows you how important Judge was to the success of this team, or at least the psyche and success of this team. But tonight we've got an interesting situation because we've got a former bullpen pitcher going up against Gosman of the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, this is interesting with Michael King. Michael King has really, I mean, I'm going over the top here, pitched well of late. And, he boasts a 1.27 ERA and a 0.99 WHIP in his last 6 starts on the starters role. And man, I mean, he's looking good. And then, on the flip side, of course, we've got right-hander Kevin Guzman, and he's played great this season. I mean, he's consistent. He's got a 12-9 record, 3.29 ERA. But the Yankees really do match up well against him, according to my projections. And just one last thing about King too. King, over his last 14 appearances against the Blue Jays, a lot of it from the bullpen, has a 1.91 ERA and a 1.04 WHIP. I mean, he's really pitched well against them, likes most of this lineup, likes facing most of this lineup. So I really can't see why this game is priced like that. I try to dig deeper, and the deeper I dig,
I think it's the living versus the dead. That's that's about it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of psyche. The Yankees have played a little bit better of late, though. That's what I'm looking at. They've won 3 of their last 4, and but absolutely, you're right. And I think public perception sometimes goes into handicapping baseball at this time of the year, or at least projecting lines from the odds makers angle. So I'm just going to go against this number tonight. I think there's just too much value here with the Yankees. They've won 9 of their last 14. Hey, let's rock and roll. Let's take the plus money here.
All right, we got Alex here on the plus money here. Yankees plus 158 against the Blue Jays. I had to look up my Gosman stats because I know, just remembering here, not a very good favorite at home. Matter of fact, looking here at the numbers here, as a home favorite, minus 110 or higher last 2 seasons, minus 15.5 units. Home favorite, minus 125 to minus 175, around that neighborhood there, minus 16 units. Just 4-13 straight up as a prohibited favorite here. He's not been good with the negative next to him.
No, absolutely. And I think over those 17 games we're talking about, there's actually a big difference in run differential of around 2.7 for the opposition when Gosman's been on the hill during those games. So here we go. Should be interesting. And I think we have plenty of value here, whether you want to take the run line even or take the money line. I prefer the money line here, but we'll see.
Yep. Yep, 19 and 18 as a home favorite, minus 150 or higher last 3 seasons, minus 18 and a half units. So whenever you see a big favorite there, he wins half his games. That means you win a boatload of money going against him here. And you got actually, and it looks good. And when you handicap the Yankee starter, it looks good there. Yankees here at plus 158, 161. Do your line shopping here against the Blue Jays. This one, they have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Room tonight. Big card for Major League Baseball as we went right down the week here before we get in the playoffs next week. Actually, a week from today would be the wild card playoffs in Major League Baseball. So, Alex, off. Great weekend in college football here. We see the great results, 755 units of profit. Had a good winner for us here on the drive-through. I believe it was that Kansas. It was a Kansas State.
Yeah.
Yes, Kansas against BYU, right? You were on that one. That was a spot came in. Got that field goal when we needed it. Good results here in college football. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tonight we just have some Major League Baseball, just some Major League Baseball, but I think we've got some winning Major League Baseball on board. We've got 3 selections. Triple play, 2 money line, and 1 run line. Really been rocking and rolling with the run line conversion rate too. 27-11 last 38 for close to 69% conversion rate. So, join me. Let's make some money tonight and move forward. Look for college football and some NFL this weekend. Close to 50-50 in NFL so far. Some bad beats, but hey, that's NFL. Bad beats are common, and they usually happen in the last 2 minutes of every game, it seems. But we're gonna get moving with NFL, and we're gonna even it up just like we have with college football.
Yeah, NFL, you just have to. It's what I call the LTR factor. You need just to learn to live with the results. Right? You just, or else you're gonna lose your mind. You just have to learn how to live with the results. LWTR. That's very simple. So
lots of patience, Try to get to a tailgate party beforehand too. That might help.
Yeah, it depends how that liquor handles you, right? It handles people differently. They can.
Yeah,
So get on board.
I quit drinking a long time ago. I'm just bragging about.
Bragging about. That's right. Because it will drive you that way, no doubt. Get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results in college football. Also showing great profit last 30 days and last 7 days. That 7-day pass looks good right now. Get all of Alex's premium plays. Remainder of Major League Baseball. Get all the college football and NFL this week when you get that 7-day pass. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, it's always great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Yeah, see you Thursday.
See you Thursday. You got it. Alex Smart here on the drive through. We'll continue on our show. Anytime you tune in our show, if you happen to miss a play, we always recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's continue on. Time to bring in the units leader over at Pick Dogs in baseball this year. He's been on absolute tear right now. I think he's clips the 3,000 profit mark now. Unit. That's Damian Sosh. Bring him in right now. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go, Damian. Going to baseball here as the Marlins and Mets are going head-to-head. Important here for the Marlins outside looking in, but they hold all the tiebreakers. It's a tight race now for that wild card. Marlins favored here, minus 119, total 7.5.
Yeah, the Marlins here right in the thick of the playoff hunt. Just a handful of games left to play. Mets obviously looking to play spoiler. They've been looking to play spoiler for quite a while now. They've actually played a bunch of contending teams here to close out the season, and the Mets have played pretty well against them. Coming into this one here, we have a pretty good pitching matchup. Braxton Garrett of the Marlins, Joey Lucchesi here of the Mets. Garrett's pitched very well this season, 9-6 record, 3.53 ERA. In spite of his good numbers, though, he has had his struggles at Citi Field in his career. 3 career starts at Citi Field. His ERA is over 5. Mets starter Joey Lucchesi pitched just 40 innings this season, but he's 3-0 with 2.88 ERA over those 40 innings. And over his last 3 starts, Lucchesi is 2-0, an ERA of under 1, just 0.98 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's had very good success against the Marlins in his career. 3 career starts against Marlins. ERA of 1.69 in 16 innings. Sometimes it just, you always sees like one team gets the better of another team, no matter how good the other team might look on paper. I remember a couple years ago, it seemed to be these Marlins would always beat the Phillies. It didn't matter how good the Phillies were, how bad the Marlins were. The Marlins had their number, and we're kind of seeing this now with the Mets having the Marlins number. Mets have taken 7 of 10 this season from the Marlins. And even though the Marlins are in the thick of it, I like the Mets here to make it 8 of 11 after this evening.
All right, there you go here with Damon here on the Mets, minus 120 here against the Marlins. Kind of going against recency here. The reason why the Mets are in this dilemma this year is very simple, because they are against, whenever they face left-handed starters, they are 15-34. That is incredible. 15-34. Just imagine if you just were 500 against left-handers, where they sit right now.
Yeah, they'd be right there. Just they wouldn't have been just monster sellers like they were, and they'd be a lot happier up in New York. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, minus 28 units of loss here in that one, no doubt about that. Of course, Garrett has been profitable on the road this year, a good whip here. But again, as you said, you're just basically looking at series history, one team pretty much having good success against the other.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you just can't explain it. One team has another team's number, and it just seems that this Mets team has the Marlins number this year. And I mentioned Garrett. He did have success on the road, but he's had his struggles at Citi Field. So it's a gloomy day out here. New York's just a couple hours north of me, like an hour 45 minutes north, and it's going to be a grimy, cruddy day up there. So I don't know. I just think the Mets are getting the better of them this tonight.
All right, we got Damon here on the Mets getting some plus money here against the Marlins. This one have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Damon, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Remember, we said Damon's been on fire in baseball. 3,305 units of profit in Major League Baseball. It is all documented over at Pick Dodge. Go to Damian's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You'll see all the plays listed there. All right, big baseball card tonight. We'll have game 2 of the doubleheader between Dodgers here, as well as the Rockies. We've got Reds Guardians just started. So 14 games on the board. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Hey, we're rocking and rolling in baseball this year. I've got 3 plays that out there. You can get all 3 in my triple play. I've got 2 for sale individually, my X Factor and my Major League Baseball High Heat. You can pick those up individually. And like you see, guys, the numbers are right there. We're having a great year. Hop on board. Long-term plan is the way to go. We started off really well in NFL, but like you and Alex mentioned, just one of those days last Sunday for me. But we're going to bounce back. Got a good-looking card going this weekend. And obviously baseball for the rest of the week. So hop on board now, guys. A long-term plan is the best way to go.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs. Great results, as you see there in Major League Baseball. Unit leader over at Pick Dogs. So get on board, not just baseball, for the year showing profit. Last 30 days, last 7 days, yesterday. Damian Sosh is on fire right now. Triple play from baseball tonight on the board. Or, again, the long-term passes, the way Damian's running, you may consider that 1 month all sports pass. Get all of Damian's premium plays for 30 days. That will take you through the Major League Baseball regular season. That will get you all the way through the League Championship Series with that 1 month all sports pass. You get the wild card, NLDS, NLCS is covered here, as well as all the football when you get that 1 month pass. We also dip into the opening days of the NBA with that 1 month pass, as the NBA is going to begin here early. I believe this is the 22nd. I talked about Rob. I was talking to Rob yesterday when the NBA is going to start. I know that also covers you some NHL as NHL begins here. Let me just flip my calendar to see where we're at here. I believe it was the 24th of October. That Tuesday is when the NBA starts. So you'll get the opening night NBA here with that pass here. Of course, that you got the big card on Wednesday. So that Tuesday, Wednesday, opening night here NBA is also part of that 1 month pass. So get on board. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. Yep, Rob put that in the chat there. October 24th to 11 on Wednesday. So then we got 2 on the Thursday. So, yeah, that's how the NBA is about to start here. Preseason hockey going on, so it's that time of the year. Fall weather now. So now's the time, guys, to get these long-term passes with all these sports overlapping with these fall beginnings here. All right, to Damon, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week, if not sooner.
Thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
You as well. Damian Sosh here on The Drive Thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Continue on here on The Drive Thru. Up next, we got Kosty Mike Safir. Catch him over at Pick Dodge. Hope you're catching this video series. And, of course, those of you that are making a call there to the service, you will get in touch with Kosty Mike. So you want to check him out. We'll bring him in right now. Ready to roll with Kosty Mike. Mike, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Liking the fall, because here comes all the sports. So we're ready to roll here, and I know we're excited now. We got a few weeks of NFL in now, so we can kind of study these teams or get a little bit more figure them out a little bit more. But tonight we're going over to baseball here with the Orioles and a little bit of a local rivalry there. Orioles and Nationals going head to head here. The Orioles big favorite, total 7.5.
Yeah, so I mean it's a typical beltway battle that we've had with them for years now, and look, the Nationals don't have anything to play for, and the Orioles have everything to play for. You're talking about, we have the magic number right now for the Orioles is 3. So obviously, if we win tonight, when I say we, the Orioles win tonight and cover, they're not just going to win by a run. They're going to win by 3 to 4 runs. The total's pretty low for that. Bradish is really good. Personally, I'm 100% focused on football, but for the show, for one of my baseball releases that I'm giving it out as well. So they have to win tonight. Tampa Bay has to lose tonight. If they don't lose tonight, the Orioles definitely have to win, because the last thing they want is to play a 3-game series and not get a full 7-game series. So I'm excited. I think they're going to roll. It's going to be a very easy win at home. The conditions here aren't as bad. I'm actually in Baltimore, and it's gloomy, but the rain has stopped from the tropical storm Ophelia, so it's going to be a great night at the Yard. There's going to be a lot of excitement there. It seems already like a playoff atmosphere. So love them at home. Usually I don't play home run lines because you're not getting the bottom of the ninth, but I don't think it's going to matter. They should be able to get the job done fairly easily.
All right, here we go with Kosty. Mike here says, go ahead, take the Orioles run line, lay the run in half, minus 122 against the Nationals in one of those living versus the dead scenarios here. A lot to play for the Orioles. You win the division, you get that time off. Some of the, their pitchers can get a little bit of rest. We'll see what John Means looks like. What he can contribute in the postseason.
And we just need Batista back. Back is, without him, I just don't see how they could make a really deep run in the playoffs, because those one-run games that they won most of the year, they started to lose some of them since he's been out. So if he's not going to be in the rotation, it's going to be tough for them to make it, far into October. So hoping that gives us enough time to rest them, and the O's can come out and have a good run. I already have tickets for the playoff game, so I'm very excited.
Yep, very excited indeed. The excitement there with the Orioles here. Lay the run and a half, minus 122 here against the Nationals to start tonight, 6:35 Eastern time. All right, Kosty Mike. Of course, as you know, Kosty Mike runs sharp trading plays over at Pick Dogs. You've seen the results there over at Pick Dogs when you go over to his you make the phone call, right? The number that they call to get the information from you.
Yep. So if you call 775-674-7676, or you just go directly to pickdogs.com and click the premium picks tab, you could see my drop down where it says sharp trading plays, and you can fill out your information, or just call the number right there or text, and I'll get back to you. The advantage of what we do, it's very unique. It's new to the Pick Dogs community, where it's not a daily pick subscription that you're buying. You're getting access to a private Telegram channel where my groups are feeding information right now, yesterday, for the weekend, for NFL and college football. So we already have 5 NFL games released and given out. Only 1 game so far. The line has moved, like the Giants, extremely, where you can't even get it had you joined today. But the advantage is you're going to get 2 or 3 games that are going to clearly make a difference come Sunday for the number. Last week was 2 of them. Ones that stood out were the Bengals last night. We gave them out at -1 last Tuesday. They closed at 3.5. So guys that were public bettors betting last night, they lost or they pushed. If you're getting the lines in early and you're getting that sharp number, you won. Similar to the Saints game as well. We had them at +2 last Monday that we gave them out on Telegram. They closed at laying 1. They lost by 1. Again, we know that the Carr injury was definitely the reason that the Packers came back and scored 18 points when they were down and won the game. But reality is, if you get the sharpest lines, you're going to make money in the long run. So the key is being excited about the price and the line, not the team itself. So go to Sharp Trading. I'll definitely give you an opportunity to, if you're a client, it may not be for you. It's really only for high rollers that can handle treating it like a business, because a lot of people really treat it like a hobby. So feel free to go over there, and I'll be glad to take the call.
Take the call, guys. Go over to the Pick Dogs, and of course you'll find the Sharp Trading there. And you can give a call or text to Mike, and he'll be in touch with you. As Mike was saying, that's the way to roll here. Get the best numbers, get the right place here from Kosty Mike. If you like to play them early, you're going to definitely have an edge against the bookmaker, no doubt about that. All right, Mike, it's always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. Good luck with these Orioles tonight, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony.
You got Kosty, Mike Safir here on the drive-thru. You can access Mike's number by going over to Pick Dogs. And of course, look for Sharp Trading Plays right on the front page of Pick Dogs, and go ahead and give Mike a call, and he'll help you out. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, okay, we're going to go over to Shane Mickle. You can catch Shane over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Shane right now. I think we're all set to go. We'll get his game queued up here, as we're going to be looking at Major League Baseball tonight. And I'm sure a team that's near to him is this Minnesota Twins team that will be in action today. So we'll bring him in right now in just a second here. When we just want to queue up his game, it's going to be the Twins tonight here against the Oakland Athletics. Oakland Athletics, a little tricky team here. Keep an eye on them. Next year, if they can add to some hitting and some bullpen help to some of the pitchers that they're developing. There's been some, they've been showing some signs here of late. We'll bring him in right now. Bring in Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Film. Also, we'll let you know about his written work over on the sites as well. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. Baseball tonight here. Twins getting ready for the postseason. They got a division there. Twins big favorites here against Oakland, total of 8.
Yeah, the Twins are getting ready for the playoffs, but they're mostly starting, about the best lineup they can have. You have to consider that Correa's still out. Buxton probably won't play again this season, and Royce Lewis is still out. Hopefully, Correa and Lewis will get back before the playoffs. But this is an offense all season. The biggest problem has been the hitting. Last year for the Twins, it was the offense that was good. The pitching was bad. This year, it's the offense that's mediocre. I mean, they look good at times, and sometimes they really struggle. I think this is a game that they really struggle in. Paul Blackburn's been pretty consistent. Usually when he starts, you're going to get between 4 to 6 innings, and he's going to give you up probably 2 to 3 runs. And then on the Twin side, it's Bailey Ober, who really struggles giving up the home run ball. But the good news is tonight is he's facing an A's team that is ranked 20th in the league in terms of home runs hit. This is an Ober. If he gives up 15 runs in an inning, or 15 runs in a month, it's usually 7 or 8 of those are coming by the home run ball. When he keeps the ball in the ballpark, he's really dominant. I think against the A's here, he keeps the ball in the ballpark, and with the Twins struggling to hit, I think that they're going to struggle against Blackburn. I'm going to take the under. This would have been a premium play for me, but the line came out kind of late after I'd already entered my premium plays, but I really like this play here. I'm going to take the under.
All right, we got Shane here on Athletics. Twins under the total here of 8 in this one. Do your line shopping. Make sure you get the best numbers. There are some 7.5s popping up, but you're going to find that pretty much in some of the sharpest books in the world right now. So make sure you get the right number here with that 8. Yeah, Blackburn has been one of the pitchers out there. Waldichuk has been showing some signs as well. Sears, like I said, they got 3 pitchers there that have shown some signs here down the stretch. This Oakland Athletics team, we'll see they can build upon that in the offseason. That's going to be a struggle for this team because it's just the way they're set up. Ober, interesting with Ober. He's working on, I believe, in the 5 days rest. He has an under trend right now of 11-3.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a quality pitcher. He really is. With the Twins fans are excited about him. It's just every game it seems when a runner gets on, he has 1 or 2 long balls, and then he's dominant the other 18 to 22 batters. I think this is a game, especially against Oakland Athletics. This is a lineup that struggles to hit the ball at the ballpark. But Ober's gonna be a huge part for this Twins team in the playoffs.
That's right, indeed. Now we'll switch subjects here. Of course, what's the talk with his Golden Gophers team in that fourth quarter last week?
Yeah, the people are starting to turn on Fleck. I still like Fleck, but his style isn't working. You're supposed to have the best quarterback you've had in the program, and you still refuse to let him throw the ball or to let them close out a game. Fleck needs to be trying to put up. Stop with the ball control. Stop trying to play for 40 minutes. You need to try to run up the score here. And then the secondary. You have Tyler Newman back there, who's could be a high draft pick, and the secondary looks lost. I don't know what is going on with that secondary back there, but yeah, it's panic time here in here with the Gophers. We figured it was going to be a 6 or 7 win season. Because of the schedule, the Big Ten schedule is tough for the Gophers this year, but yeah, but this might be missing out on the bowl game here with the way that they're going to struggle against teams like Northwestern.
Yeah, that no doubt about that. It's going to be it's going to be a bit of a tough stretch there. All right, so we got Shane here on the in the game, of course, he's the under in this one, under 8 here with the Athletics Twins at 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for nice action. All baseball here. We've got one game underway, so that's 14 games here with that game 2 of Dodgers and Rockies. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, I have my 3 best plays up there for $39.99. But there's no better time to hop on long term. You know, we got college football, NFL, NHL's around the corner, and then pretty soon to be NBA and college basketball. You know, those are only a couple months away. So, you know, you can pay $39.99 for my 3-pack, but definitely with the volume of plays I play, the best bet is to go long term to save the most amount of money.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. Good day yesterday. Of course, the long-term pass is the way to go. Remember that 30-day pass will get you into NHL as well as the first couple days of the NBA. Pick as a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great work. We'll catch up with you again in a couple. And, of course, we can always catch your written work over on the websites.
Yeah, definitely. I contribute both to Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs, basically any sports you want. But if you're looking for UFC picks and then English Premier League and Champions League, make sure to check those out, especially at Sports Chat Place. We don't cover all of the soccer leagues, but we cover the main one with the English Premier League and the Champions League, and there's definitely money to be made over there. So make sure to check that out. And then, of course, the normal sports and NFL, MLB, and yeah, like I said last week, don't forget about MLB, just because all the focus is on college football and NFL. There's still plenty of money to be made in MLB, so make sure you're still checking out those articles and those premium plays too.
That's right. I said before, we have almost 6 months of data now in Major League Baseball. Don't put all that work to waste. Use it all the way to the end. All right, Shane. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Sounds good. Have a good night, everyone.
You as well. Shane Mickle here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Guys, anytime you miss a pick, anytime you sign in late, we recap the plays at the end of the show. Stay tuned. Let's continue on here. Wayne Scott next up. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Him doing great work in Major League Baseball. We'll bring him in right now. We'll bring in Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing all right out there today.
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. Cardinals and Brewers going head-to-head in this one with the Brewers here favored here, minus 163. We see the total 8.5.
Yes, sir. We got the battle of the NL Central. We got the worst team against the best. We got one team. We got teams with the same records, just reversed. We got one team racing the 90 L's and another team racing the 90 wins. Brewers 6-4 in their last 10 and 7-3 in their last 10 at home. They come home after putting up 16 in the first game against Miami and then losing 2 back-to-back. St. Louis, they come in 3-7 in their last 10 with just 5-5 on the road, 500. Zach Thomas on the mound for St. Louis. He lost both of his last outing. His most recent outing was against the Brewers in a 2-8 loss where he gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, and 2 home runs. Game before that, same numbers, 5 hits, 4 runs, not 2 home runs, but only 1 home run. So he's giving up the homers and he's giving up the runs also. On the other side, Adrian Hauser, his numbers don't look so good on the season, but as of recently, he's been playing a lot stronger. So I definitely give the pitching matchup to the Brewers. Brewers have been batting lefties decent, not that good, not as strong as I like, but they've been batting lefties better than St. Louis has been batting righties. And not only is St. Louis not hitting righties well, they get a lot of walks and they don't take advantage of them. And I don't think Brewers going to give them walks, so they're really going to have to hit in this game to get that win. Brewers have beaten them. They played 10 times, more than 10 times, but in their last 10, 6-4. In those 6 wins, Brewers have won by the run line. 5 out of those 6. Give me the Brewers run line on the plus money. Them coming home, them in the bounce back scenario after losing to Miami. I think they get right in front of the home crowd in this one. Also, one last thing I didn't point out was the bullpens. Bullpens for the Brewers have been pretty much phenomenal all season, and they've been very sharp as of lately. 1.5 ERA in the last 10. So give me the Brewers.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Brewers run line at get plus money here, plus 123 here against the Cardinals. They are the home team, clinched the division in this spot. But I will say this, the Cardinals have been just cold at the plate here over the past 7 games, just 197, pushing across 2 runs a game. And one of the thorns on the side of the Brewers this season has been their inability to hit the left-handers this year.
Yes, sir, and this is definitely not going to help with Hauser pitching a lot better as of recently. He's He's definitely found his groove as of recently, 4-1 in his last 5. And like I said, I'm just St. Louis. They're a team that they see the ball well by getting on base with these walks, but they don't take advantage of it because they're just not hitting well, as you just stated. So, with Hauser playing that strong, with this bullpen playing that strong, it's hard for me to envision them to get many runs. And the Brewers been batting pretty good all season and as of late.
There we go. Wayne here, Brewers run line. The plus a 123 here with the run line. Either run and a half against the Cardinals. This one will have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, Wayne showing great results in Major League Baseball. 947 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got 14 on the board for Major League Baseball here as we just started that Cincinnati and Cleveland game. What do you have going over at the site?
I have one play up there today, just my best bet in the MLB. I'm ready to cash that one. Got it locked and loaded, so if you want to grab that one, you can go over there to pickdogs.com, click that premium tab, hop on that with me. Definitely got a lot of action. Got a big boxing card this weekend, plenty of football, plenty of college football, plenty of NFL games, and like these guys been saying, MLB has not stopped. It's finishing up, but it has not stopped. So I have plenty of plays this weekend. I always look to get something long term, man, and get that value.
All right, guys, got over Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results here in Major League Baseball. Now's the time to get on board with Wayne with a long-term pass. That'll, again, that 1 month pass gets you through with the NL and AL Championship Series. Of course, that will also get you all the football. And, of course, that will get you the first 2 days of the NBA. NBA starts on the 24th, less than 30 days away. NHL in there as well because Wayne will post some picks on the ice. So he's got a team locally in the city. So get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. That 1 month pass will get you a lot of action from Wayne. Remember, the baseball playoffs begin a week from today. Will be the wild card round. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. If you need that success, we'll catch up with you again on tomorrow's show. But people can now find your video series now up on Pick Dogs, the boxing series.
Yes, sir. And like I mentioned in the video today, we have a banging card this weekend with Canelo fighting Charlo. Typically on these cards, they just got a contender against somebody that they know they can beat. But I believe because a lot of the time they're paying the main event so much money. So, but in this fight, it's a little different, man. We got contenders fighting contenders, some well-known household names fighting against each other to get some title shots if they win their bout. So I'm liking this card. I'm liking the odds. So when you tune into this boxing video, you should get more than one bet to think about on this one that I dropped this week.
There you guys, a lot going on. Of course, in the boxing world, it seems to be going to the world of the streaming now. We saw HBO drop off. There's even rumors that Showtime will be dropped. They're going to keep their pay-per-view, but I think there's some rumors out there flying about Showtime discontinue their boxing. It looks like it's all going to go stream now, right?
Yeah, I know that DAZN has a platform, and a lot of people are just tuned in on the internet, cutting the cable off, picking up, like you said, these streaming services a little bit cheaper, and that's just the way people are going. So you got to roll with what society is going with if you want to keep people's business.
Yeah, and of course the rights fees. Obviously the rights fees. These fighters want a lot of money when they're not on pay-per-view now. So it seems that the money is really in this sport now at the top.
Yep. These guys, once they get that title or become top contenders, they're definitely going to ask for it, man. It's a dangerous sport. I wish there was a way you can pay some of the lower fighters, but it just doesn't work like that, man. If you don't got the views, the demand, if you're not bringing these eyes to boxing, you're just not going to make that top-notch money. It's just what it is. You're going to have to grind your way to the top to get paid like the big boys.
Yeah, it's an interesting sport there. I've watched a lot of prospects, and a lot of these guys have 9-to-5 jobs. So it's interesting to see how the sport continues. Not a whole lot of sponsorship money in the lower end. It's all really on the top end of the card now. And really everybody else below in the bottom of the card really fighting for peanuts. But again, they're always trying to fight so they have that opportunity to get in those big money fights on TV. Because that's what I think this is what's happened now when we've seen all these divisions, all these different weight classes. It kind of saturates all these titles and whatnot. It doesn't leave a whole lot for anybody else.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but then again, I think having 4 belts in each weight class actually kind of helps some of these lower fighters so they can chase after the some of the lower
That's
belts
true.
if they don't get all in one guy's hands. So I mean, I kind of see your point, but I think it kind of helps them too in a way.
That's true because sometimes there are some issues with fighters' personalities. Remember, in boxing, it takes 2 to tango. Both promoters have to agree to fight. There isn't nobody out there setting fights. No one above with authority that are putting these fights together. It's an agreement between the promoters of these fighters.
Yes, sir. And a lot of times that's why we don't get some of the fights that we want to see is because these guys, the fighters may want to fight, but if everything's not there for all the money to be made and certain people's hands in each promotional companies ain't getting paid, they don't care who wants to fight. It just won't happen. So as Tony has stated, man, it's just got to be a way to fix some of this stuff. But some of these fighters are starting to make sure they get these fights and they make sure everybody gets paid, whether they got to take a little less or whatnot. But we are starting to see some of these bigger fights and some of the fights we want to see. So, like once again, kind of see both aspects of it. But I'm glad these fighters are working together to get these fights.
Yep, it looks like it's going the way of streaming now. And okay, that's fine. We'll see how that run rolls there. All right, Wayne, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
I appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Good luck on your bets out there, everybody. Take care of yourself, man.
Wayne Scott here on the drive through. Let's continue on. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on here. Next up, Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Just want to make sure we got everybody in, and we did. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. He's been good to us. We'll get a baseball, and then, of course, we'll go WNBA. The playoffs continue tonight on the ESPN networks. We'll bring him in right now. We'll bring in Rod Zawacky. Set to go, Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. We just watched the Rockies look like they win game 1 here, and some little surprise there. But hey, good job for the Rockies.
Yeah,
I didn't bet it. I stayed away from that game.
Yeah,
I was like, I almost pulled it, but I was like, I got to stay away from that.
I thought I saw Chase Anderson as a pitcher, and I was a little scared away from it. You know, I think I had a free opinion. I had a free opinion. I had a free opinion because they had a free opinion on the Dodger run line, but that crashed and burned. But you know. And again, a young pitcher going into Colorado. I'm just kicking myself because again, I don't even know if Pepe even experienced. Some of these pitchers, young pitchers, have never experienced Colorado. Sometimes that first time in, when you see -$2, man, I mean that to me is you go with the home dog.
Yeah, exactly right. You just go with the home dog, and it was like, but just like you said, Chase Anderson on the mound was like, I'm like, I don't know, I can't do it. I'm like, this is a pass for me.
Yeah, you got to pick your spots with Colorado, no doubt about that. Again, you got a division champion here in the Dodgers. Sometimes you see these wild card contenders laying $2. That's when I like to kind of go against them because I think these as we said, there's 2 subsets. You have your division champions, your elite teams, then you have these average teams, these contenders that are just being priced like they're division champions.
Right, exactly, and there is some this late in the season that we use the numbers and we can find some spots where you can make some big bucks.
Yeah, and we scratch our heads saying, well, how can the Giants lose 10 in a row? Or how can the Cubs lose? Because they're just average teams, all right? They're just
average teams.
We created wild card playoffs to create this excitement, but as you see, they're not a very high quality product to count on.
Look at Seattle. Look at that win streak they had coming out of the All-Star break. They were on fire. How many did they win in a row there? Looks like they might miss out on everything. Like even after that big giant win streak, it's just like, not quite enough. Might fall short.
Also, too, the Dodgers have dominated the Rockies. I think they won like 9 of 10 against them, so that was one of the reasons I stayed away. See, against the division champion going in there, like the Braves or the Dodgers going in, even the Phillies, I might be a little hesitant to take the home dog in that spot. It's just I'm looking for spots when they're facing average to below average, just a little above average teams. But anyway, when we saw the Cubs have their troubles there, so
yeah, definitely the Cubs have had their troubles there. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have seen
Cubs
them.
on the road have had their troubles everywhere.
Yeah, they certainly have. And as we head in, we saw a little bit of a line move here. But anyway, we got Cubs and Braves. We got live lines on these graphics, guys. Cubs and Braves going head to head tonight here. Braves favored here at -141. Total sits here at 9.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one. Both these starting pitchers. They faced these teams before this season, and we definitely seen some runs. So we're going to kick it off with the bonus play first. We're going to go with the Yurfie. Yes, runs in the first inning. Cubs 5-0 to the Yurfie, and the Braves at home 45-30 to the Yurfie. Get into the reason why I like the Yurfie. You look, both these starting pitchers have struggled their last 3 games. You look at Bryce Elder. He's given up 10 runs over his last 3 starts. Steele, same thing. He's given up 13 runs over his last 3 starts. Both these pitchers will be looking for a better start in this one. And I think both of these offenses can get to each one of these pitchers and score some runs. And that gets us a Yurfie in the first inning, because I think runs are going to come early and often in this one. You look at Steele. Sure, he's had a solid season. But there's a difference between him pitching during the day and there's Steele pitching at night. Day games, he's been pitching great, 2.19 during the day. At night, he's got an over 4 ERA in night games to Steele. Do the Braves have any motivation for this? No, they are pretty much locked up into the position. But I think Bryce Elder has a good start. He needs a better bounce back. At home, he's pitched his best, 7-1 with a 3.26 ERA. Braves bullpen's been a little scary over the last 10, definitely. But offensively, Cubs on the road, hitting right down to pitching 238 is what they've been bashing. Well, we know the Braves here, they've crushed Steele. Like, you look at the numbers versus Steele. Acuna Jr. versus Steele, he's bashing 600. Albies versus Steele, he's bashing 667. Harris is second, he's bashing 400 versus Steele. Olsen bashing 500 versus Steele. The starting lineup here for this Braves tonight, 5 of the first 7 guys are bashing over 333 versus Steele. I'm going to go with the Braves here to get the win. I'm going to take them on the run line. I think they handle the Cubs in this one. Cubs got a little bit too public heavy for me. Braves got the win here.
There we go. We got Ron here on the Braves. The run line, the run half plus the plus there, plus 135. It's even plus 141. Sharpest book in the world here against these Cubs. Yeah, Steele, a young pitcher, 3rd season. Let's take a look at the work rate. Okay, and in 2017 in the minors, he worked 98 innings. Didn't do a whole lot in 2018. Of course, we dealt with the pandemic, so a lot of these he was a minor league guy during the pandemic for the most part. 21, he was introduced into the major leagues, 57 innings. Then he went 119 last year. This year, 168 innings. So the workload considerably higher, and we're starting to see this with these young pitchers hitting the wall.
Hitting the wall. Yeah, exactly. Both of these pitchers, I think, have hit the wall. Do I think either of these pitchers equate to get a win? No, I think runs come early and often. I wouldn't even mind this. Was it 9.5? I think we could get into double digits as well. But it's that wall. As you said, the workload has gotten to, you're at the point, you're coming down the stretch to the end of the season. I think either of these pitchers equate. I think we see a whole lot of runs and Braves come out on top. I think Steele's in trouble.
Yeah, and of course the Cubs, this is the team that needs to win, right? And they can't, other organizations will, like we saw that with Strider. They we see this a lot here. Down the stretch as they skip a start, they try to give these pitchers. We saw that with Kershaw. Now they get up there in age, they'll rest them and whatnot. But with Steele, man, they've just it's been balls to walls because they got to get in the playoffs.
Balls to walls, yeah. Try to get to the playoffs. Yeah, they're doing everything, all hands on deck, just to try to make the playoffs. We've seen that with teams in these wild card positions and many at times, and it doesn't fare so good once they do. If they do make the playoffs, we usually see them run out of gas. I've seen it plenty of times. They come into a rested team, and it just never fares so good. Cubs scary on the road. They failed to cover the run line in the last 6 on the road. Braves, in the first game of a series, 22-8 following a win. So I got to go with the Braves here. I think they easily handle the Cubs.
Yeah, and you always want to go into the playoffs in good form. Remember the Dodgers last year? I remember that they just went on a horrible hitting slump that last week of the season. It carried in the postseason.
And it carries with you, right? You want to carry positive momentum going into the playoffs. Nobody wants to carry a 13-game losing streak heading into the playoffs. That is definitely not how you want to end the season. So I think these Braves here at home want to end the season strong. I think who doesn't want to beat down the Cubs?
That's right. All right, Rod, here we go. It's peripherals, and you've been good to us here in the WNB, and we've got an interesting matchup tonight. It's been a tough year for the New York fans. Can it be even tougher?
Tough year for the New York fans, right?
Will it be even tougher here? The Yankees, the
And
Mets,
it's even tougher.
the Giants, the
Man,
Jets, the Knicks, and now the Liberty, the Dream
If
Team.
the Liberty loses, if the Liberty loses game tonight, woo!
Oh my
Riots! We might be playing "Let's Start a Riot" in
Oh,
New York,
no.
but I'm going to take the Suns plus the 9.5. You know what? The Suns look real scrappy, and what's changed? Not a whole lot. They're going to still come in and carry that motivation of, hey, we got a shot here at getting to the finals. So I'm going to take the Sun plus the points in this one. Liberty has all the pressure on them here in this one. They are expected to make the finals and cruise to the finals, and now they're one game from being eliminated and not even making the finals.
Wow.
Gotta go with the Sun here plus the points.
Sun with the points here in a pivotal game 2 here. Of course, this is how it rolls in WNB. They get this stuff over with. So the plus 9.5 here in an elimination game. All right, let's go take a look at the nightcap on ESPN. Wings and the Aces. Again, more double digits here. Aces 10.5, total 175.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one. The Wings had a good season, and they definitely they battled in that game 1 in the first half and kept things close. It was a 4-point game heading into the second half, but this Aces team is just too strong, too tough. I like Asia Wilson to get over rebounds. I think she dominates the glass in this game, and the Aces win by 15, 20 points. Lay the 10.5 with the Aces. They don't even have to sweat the other game. They're just like, we're going to cruise to the finals and let the Suns battle it out. They'll know who if they need another game, but I think the Aces cruise to the win and punch their ticket at the finals. There
we go, right here on the Aces there, looking to cruise, getting ready here. This one, remember, the game tonight.
Also like the under.
And the under
that
as well.
total is crazy. It was 175.5. Take the under.
Yeah, playoff basketball.
That's too many points. Way too many. Take the under.
Yeah, they protect the rim in the playoffs, no doubt about that. All right, there you go with the peripherals from Rod, also on his run line with the Cubs. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight as we have baseball on the board. Looks like we got about another 10 games on the board. We're getting those 6:40 games off right now, so still a lot of action out there as well as WNBA. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, looking for our 8th day out of the last 9, rolling right along over at Pick Dogs Premium. My 10-star play of the day, 9301. You can scoop it up singly over the Pick Dogs Premium, $19. Or it's included in my Tackle the Books Tuesday. All 3 MLB plays I love today. You can scoop those up over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or now's the time. Grab something long-term. You can see that we've been on fire in all the sports. MLB has been rolling. NFL's been rolling. College football's been rolling. So jump aboard. Join me for the week. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Now's the time to go long-term. That way you get everything I got going instead of buying NFL package, MLB package, all those. Join me for the week, and let's continue to crush the bookies and continue putting the money into our pockets.
That's right. Put the money in the pockets indeed. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again here on tomorrow's show, but we can catch you as well on the NFL live show there with Jay.
Yeah, definitely check out the archives. We shot the Joe with David. Kosty was there as well. We talked about some NFL games early, so definitely go check those out in the archive. Definitely enjoyed chatting the NFL with Jay. Always a good time over there. So definitely some great information from all 3 cappers over there. So definitely we all gave it a nice play. So jump on over there, check that out.
Get on over there, get those plays in early. Get those picks in early, guys.
There's a couple, we gave out that we really liked early, and the ones I gave out last week were all winners. So jump on over there and
that's right.
Get yourself into the winner.
Rod, look, that's why we go over the lines early. Get Rod ready for the show.
Yeah, you got to. You got to jump on everything early, and you got to stay on top. And because there's some lines I'm looking at this week that it's like, okay, if this line ticks to that, I'm in. If this line stays where it is, I'm kind of going to pass on them. But there's a couple lines that you're waiting that I'm watching that they move. I'm in.
There you go. Rod's ready to make his move there. All right,
and the Dolphins. We got to go with the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins, the big one, right?
They're
the big
rolling
game.
Right along.
They're rolling.
I love the Dolphins rolling into Buffalo and getting a win. Got to roll into Buffalo and get a win.
They played them tough in the playoffs.
They did, yep. And this is the time, changing the guard, time to roll into
and you got a more healthier. You got a healthier. You got a healthy 2-on now going against them.
And we got the A-Chain rolling. So
yeah,
you see the A-Chain this week? He missed the first 2 games, and he came in for game 3, and oh man, watch out! Here comes the AJ.
That's right.
And the Mostert to go with it. We got 2-headed running back tandem that you don't even know which way you're going to give defenses fits all season long if these 3 stay healthy.
That's right.
You're going to pass it off, opens the play action for Hill deep. Oof. And then Waddle gets back. We got Waddle. Oh man, I'm excited. Bring it on. Let's go.
Yep. They look.
Can we go back to back undefeated? Come on. Let's
Yep. And people ask, anything you look at in the NHL preseason? Are these split squad games tough to knock, right?
I gave a couple. I took. I like Carolina tonight. Carolina
okay.
Tonight and Dallas.
There you go.
I took a 2-teamer. Carolina, Dallas, in tonight's preseason hockey. Little 2-teamer action.
There you go. Preseason on the ice. All right, Rod. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely have yourself a good night, everybody. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good luck with all your bets.
As well. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru, guys. We'll get to my pick, and then we'll get to the recap here in just a second. We'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's I'll adjust to my game here. We're going to be looking at the late-night game tonight between these Padres and the Giants. At last look, Padres were still mathematically not mathematically alive, but everyone in front of them has to lose. They have to win every game, so it's unlikely that they're going to continue or make the postseason here. We're going to go under 8.5. Let's see where the numbers lie here. I'm seeing 8 at the sharpest book in the world. I'm seeing 8.5s in a lot of places. You can still shop and get that 8.5 here. Boy, did you watch that game last night? Boy, the Bats, where were the Bats last night? Boy, that was just a dreadful offensive showing there. We do have Seth Lugo here on the mound. ERA 3.79, a whip of 1.25. Lugo in 2 starts against San Francisco has allowed just 1 earned run in 11 innings this year. Harrison allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 4 of his 5 starts. The Giants have been 29-18 to the under at home against right-handed starters. San Francisco over the past 7 games just hitting 197. That explains why they're on the outside looking in, why they've lost. Heading into last night, they had lost 8 of 10. It's been a struggle here. So we'll go. And of course, that loss yesterday pretty much deflates this Padre team. Matter of fact, I believe they can be eliminated even before they get on the up. If some of these teams ahead of them win, it's all good night for San Diego. So here we go. Here we'll be on. Matter of fact, I'm showing some folks here. Simon Ramon says Machado out of this one here. So we'll go under 8.5 here with this Padres and Giants game to begin tonight at. Let's see, we've got this one at 9:45 Eastern time. All right, guys, check out Pick Dog Stream tonight. I've got a best bet as well as a contenders MLB pick on the board right now. So get on board. Go long term with me. I have my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period you select. When you go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's get to the recap, and we'll get you rolling here for the day. All right, recapping it. Alex, Yankees, the plus 158 against the Blue Jays. Damian, Mets, minus 120 Marlins. Tony Brown, where are you, Tony Brown? We're still looking for you, buddy. We're still looking for you. No, we could not find Tony Brown. Don't know where he is. All right, we had Safir, Orioles, run line, lay the run and a half. Take the minus 122 against Nationals. Shane, Athletics, Twins, under 8. Wayne was on the Brewers run line, lay the run and a half, plus 123 against the Cardinals. Rod's pick, Rays, the Braves run line, lay the run and a half, plus 135 here against the Cubs. I'll be on the under 8.5 here, the Giants and the San Diego Padres in the game I like the most here. Let me just double check my notes on something here on this game here. Which one do I like the most between these two here? Boy, that Yankee at that big plus price looks pretty good. Yeah, Gausman as a favorite has been terrible, right? We told you those numbers. Yep, home favorite Gausman plus 150. I think he's negative 16 units, about a 500 record, maybe 1 game over 5. Yeah, well, I like that one here. Yankees here at plus 158 against the Blue Jays. All right. That's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat plays. They'll go their plays for you live here on the show. Remember, to always get started live here at 6:30 Eastern Time. Sorry, it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Here with the morning show, you got Jay, you got Chris, you got Mitch. Of course, all the video series out here. Jay's NFL Jam Session. Chris, his home run prop videos. Also, Mitch, 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show, professional roundtable show as well with Mitch. Of course, we've seen Dana Lane, public betting, going against the public, as going against the obvious, and also as well Wayne with his boxing series. We got Brad with his parlay pick of the day. Mills with his UFC rundown. Boy, lots and lots of content here on the channel. Guys, even more coming up on the channel as well. Mike Davis with his morning with his live shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also his first 5 for you as well. Parlay videos as well from Mike Davis. So keep an eye there. Ron MLB's rundown. Of course, is an MLB and college football rundown. So lots of content here, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when these videos drop, you get them in real time. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew here from tonight's show.